Lost on Me is a book by Veronica Rimo, which I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I'm not sure. I'm not native Italian or whatever, but this is a translated novel, and it's sort of like a fiction blended with autobiography, blended with memoir sort of thing. And it follows this, presumably our author here, from the ages of birth until not death, but middle-aged. And it feels like a more of a diary entry. It's very personal, follows a lot of comical instances throughout her life, her opinions on how people talk, and how it was growing up in Italy with a very busy set of parents. Some parents with some traits that may not be the best for raising children, and how boring it was growing up where she did, with a father who's super worrisome about all these things, and a mother who's very overbearing and worried at all times. One of the things it cites in the book, I don't think this is considered a spoiler, but is how when she traveled out of the country, I believe it said to Mexico, her mother still found out where she was and called the person's home who she was staying at. And if she was ever missing for a few hours, she would incessantly spam this person with calls, whoever she was with. She would find out who. And that's not really a a fun way to live. It says that when she got sick as well, her father would douse her in rubbing alcohol, which is just I guess that's one way to stay non-sick, but it's not exactly healthy. And coming from me, who is a man who grew up in New York State, I feel like I gained a lot from it. Got a very different perspective of what it may be like to grow up not just as a girl and a woman, but more even just in another country. And I feel like that's a very valuable thing that I got from this book. I think it's definitely vulgar throughout, but I feel like that does help to make it more real, as if this really just was someone confessing their whole life out on a bunch of pages of a book. It didn't take me very long to read. I got this at the Strand in New York City, and I read it on the train back, so about a day and a half to finish reading. There are some themes in here that are hard to deal with, but the analogies surrounding her first time having sex actually were very deep to me, I guess is the way to say it. I'll spoil that. Click off if you want. But she's talking about how she had decided she wanted to have sex for the first time with this one person. And when she said that to them, they said, "We've already had sex." But she hadn't had anyone to tell her what her expectations should be of it, or what it was supposed to be. So she didn't know that she had already had it. And that just felt pretty rough to me, because that is how it is with a lot of people. If you don't have something explained to you, you won't even know once it's happened. And you'll miss that. And they also talk about the effects of drugs and alcohol and all of that. It's a very interesting, introspective sort of passage, even through the comedy and the rest of that. But definitely good. I got this on sale at Strand. It's 18 miles of books there. It's a wonderful place in the city. Don't remember what road it's on, but you could always look it up. Either way, definitely recommend. Pick it up. Good book. Bye. It's really cloudy and humid here, so I'm glad I can talk about books instead of being out there. Probably going to go out there anyway, but have a good day.